many people come down here. You have these beautiful national forest roads.
State Forest Road, and you can see we're entering G.O.A.T State Forest.
More challenging and technical. I'll get there a little bit later, but a lot of fun so far. Where the heck are we at? It's a state forest. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're beginning day 2. Packed up and leaving the campsite at Shawnee State Park campground, and we'll head up and hit section 2. I think this goes past the Copperhead fire tower, so I'll stop there and take some shots of that, and then continue on. I think it's mostly east today, and then north. But great night. Goodness, I think I slept 9 or 10 hours. It was a long day yesterday. It was over 200 miles and 112, 115 on section 1. It's about a 2-hour ride from my home down to the river at the John Parker house in Ripley. So again, a little over 100 miles to get to the first campground. And tonight I'm hoping to make it to, it's like Oak Creek Campground, something like that. And anyway, looking forward to seeing what that's about. I've not been anywhere on this route in my 67 years of living in Ohio, other than down here to Shawnee. So from here on, it's all new to me. So I'm looking forward to a good day. So we're back on the route. We're on National Forest Road number 6, heading up towards the Copperhead fire tower. Let's see. I read that the fire tower was built in 1924, so 101 years old. I think I saw that it's the only one that you can still climb in the state of Ohio. But as you can imagine, the view from up there is spectacular. When I was down here with my little Honda last year, my wife and I actually were doing a 2-up ride on the little Honda 125, and so we stopped, climbed the fire tower, and shot some nice video. I'll try to include that in this video. This is why so many people come down here. You have these beautiful national forest roads, as well maintained. Some of them are blacktop, like I'm on now, and then, of course, a lot of it's gravel. But you can see the patchwork here. They've done maintenance this spring. I've seldom run through here that these things weren't in really good shape. And if a tree comes down, it's usually taken out the same day or the next day. I've seen evidence of that also. I've actually never been on this part before. We're east of where I've ever been, so this is all new to me, so it's fun. Of course, anywhere in here is fun. Doesn't matter how many times you ride through it. This is one of those, put this down. This is one of those roads you think, okay, this is too easy, and it makes you apprehensive about what's going to be ahead. I think anybody that ADV rides knows that feeling. But you just take it as it comes. And, if you get something that get to some place that you think is unsafe, you don't feel right about it, you figure out a workaround. And there's always a workaround. I've come up to that situation many times where I didn't feel safe, going ahead on maybe a trail is way rutted. They've had a lot of rain, and so it's way more rutted than when they laid out the trail, so the conditions are much worse than they originally were. And you just turn around, or in some cases back up, and find another way. Okay, so this is Shawnee State Forest horse camp. Nice. But this is where we turn off. And what are we still on? National Forest Road 6. Okay. And you can see we're back on the gravel. I'm not anticipating having any cell service at the camp tonight, but it would be nice if there was. A lot easier to research the next day's ride. Now, I'm running a Garmin Zumo 2. I've got absolutely updated maps and everything, so no problem. And I'm running G.O.A.T on my phone. And, of course, you don't need a cell signal for either of those. So we're heading down it's Eton Road. And there's a creek crossing up here. Beautiful little gravel 2-track. I'm not expecting the creek to be up because, this is August, so it's a dry period, and the other creeks have been low or almost non-existent. So that's what I'm expecting this one to be. We'll see here in a minute. Soybeans are up. Yeah, they've had a great growing season. Let me stop here and take a look. Yeah, looks okay. Yeah, it was okay. It is a creek crossing. It does count, but not all that challenging. And we're going to get back out here on, I think this is 73. Is it? Yeah, 73. So we are, I don't know, maybe halfway through section 2. I'm just getting ready to turn on. In fact, I've just turned on National Forest Road. Let me look at zoom over here. Yeah, this is New Road, but it's National Forest Road 132. Just an ideal ride so far today. I'm going to get down to the campground a little bit early. Hopefully they'll let me pick a campsite and get set up, and then I can do some technical stuff, transfer my files, edit some pictures. I doubt if I'll have internet connectivity, so I don't think I'll be able to upload anything. You know, you really only have internet when you're in town or you're in some, you know, small village. But once you get back out in a rural area like this, you lose it pretty quickly. But that's okay. That's to be expected. Bike's running great. Nothing's fallen off the luggage. I think I have everything situated. I repacked everything this morning to kind of shift my load a little bit. It was a little bit heavy to the right yesterday, so I have it better balanced now. You know, motorcycle ADV riding is like anything else. It's live and learn. And so this is only the second large trip I've done with the Moscow Moto Reckless 80 luggage. Love it. It's great so far, but it'll probably take me a couple more trips before I get really good at packing it. But a lot of flexibility, and I like it so far. Fits this bike particularly well. I think it's pretty adaptable. Peeled off my inner liner. I don't think it's going to rain today, so I think I'm good. And anyway, stop for lunch here in a little bit and take a break, and then I don't know if I'll get to camp at like 2 or 3. Don't know. You just never know. If it's easy, I'll get there early, and if it's more challenging and technical, I'll get there a little bit later. But a lot of fun so far. A nice day. Okay, so we're on Dean State Forest Road, and as you can see, we're entering Dean State Forest. Another place I've never been before. So this should be nice. Speed bumps, yeah. Oh, beautiful area. So I'm trying something a little bit different on this trip. Instead of earplugs, I'm using just regular Apple AirPod noise canceling headphones, AirPods, and it's working pretty well. They definitely cancel the wind noise, no question about it. I'm sure they cut it by more than half. So I think it's a winner. And the other thing I was worried about was, you know, could I wear them comfortably all day? Yeah, I can. I know not everybody can do that, but I guess my ears take it pretty well. And they weren't sore. I had them in for, well, I rode 8.5, 9 hours yesterday, and I had them in almost all the time. And yeah, they were fine. It definitely cut the wind noise. And we're not uncomfortable at all. So I think that's going to be a new thing that I'm going to do. I can still hear traffic. I can still, you know, if somebody says something, I can still hear. But it definitely cuts out the background noise. Of course, I can listen to a book or music, which I do occasionally. And but the wind noise is way reduced. So if you have a pair of Apple noise canceling AirPods, try it. They might not be comfortable all day for you like they are for me, but what are we going to do here? Yeah, I'll take a left, I think. Do I take a left? Yes, that's it. Well, Dean State Forest, I like you. Beautiful. Where the heck are we at? It's a state forest. Sorry about that. We are in, Dean State Forest. How in the world can I forget that? This is one of the most gorgeous sections of Section 2. It just is really something. This is, I don't know, the third time I've stopped just to, stop and take it all in. As you can hear, other than my voice, it's stone quiet. And great roads. There's some ruts on the steep hills, but nothing extraordinary. Man, what a nice ride. Kudos to Section 2. You begin in Shawnee, and you get all that in the morning. And then you get over here to Dean State Forest, and just really something to see. I'm really impressed with it. An awful lot of fun riding through here. So we're at I'm driving around the Lake Vesuvius campgrounds in Wayne National Forest, just around the park roads. I went to the overlook for the lake and then just walked down to the beach. Took a look. It's kind of hot in this black heavy riding suit, but once you get moving like this, you're not hot anymore. So I'm going to look at the Oak Hill campground, or I've already looked at the Oak Hill campground. They've got a couple nice sites, but I'm going to go over and look at the other campground that's here at the state park, which is in a national forest. And see what, this is a Monday, so should be a decent choice of campsites. I hope so. Anyway, I'm going to ride over and look. I think it's called the Ironton Campground or something. Forget exactly where it is. But as you can see, just a beautiful, twisty state park road.